guys, Ashley here, also known as the AJ Lee fan. So, today I wanted to do something a little different. I want to bring back I want to do another WWE video today because it's been a long time since I made a WWE video consulting anything to do with WWE. So, a lot of my fans, well, not fans, a lot of people who follow me on Instagram know that I'm a big fan of AJ Lee. So they've been asking me, what's your opinion on her and Paige's feud? And I never thought that it was bad in my opinion. Like everyone else says, a lot of people say it was the worst feud of all time. Even though, if you look back at 2014 and you look now at WWE, I think you would change your opinion at the top of your fingers. But a lot of people want to know my opinion on their feud, and I can tell you my opinion. I don't plan on intending making this video long, so I think I might just analyze the things that never made sense to me about their feud. So, here's one of the things that never clearly makes sense. Why the hell did WWE have Paige turn heel? That made no sense. If you were building her up as the top babyface, shouldn't she just have been the top babyface? You could have had AJ Lee come back as a heel, because in my opinion, even though I am the biggest AJ Lee fan you probably ever see out there, I prefer her as a heel. She's such a better character when she's a heel and everything like that. So it doesn't quite make any quite sense to me why the hell they had Paige turn heel. And her heel turns have never been successful. They're always dumb, and she just doesn't click to the audience at all. I mean, except for dead dead fans, her brain dead fanboys, all the fucking smarts who praise her as if she's just the best, but she isn't. Paige sucks. It just doesn't make sense to me. The two baby faces should have been Paige and Brie, and AJ Lee and Nikki Bella should have been the heels. It does never make any sense to me why the fuck Paige turned heel, because AJ Lee should have came back as a heel. It makes sense. She had the great motivation to take the title away from the girl who stole her title her title reign. It made perfect sense for AJ to come back as a heel. It just didn't make any sense to me why they had her as a babyface and why they had Paige as a heel. It just never made any quite sense. I think their matches would have been a lot better if Paige was a babyface and if AJ Lee was a heel. Now, here's another thing I didn't quite like either with their feud, the booking. Now, I never realized that they booked this feud into three different ways. First, it was the babyface versus babyface feud, and then they had them go whole lesbian thing, and then it just became a regular feud where AJ Lee hates Paige. So, my opinion, I feel like, first of all, no lesbian gimmick. Just cut that entire lesbian thing out. It was interesting, yes, but seeing AJ Lee trying to force AJ Lee to be interested in girls is just the most cringiest thing ever WWE. So don't do it. I didn't have a problem with their babyface versus babyface thing, because it was a respect feud. This is their first match, and they want to prove to people that they truly have respect for each other, because she beat Paige for the title, Paige beat her for the title. So this is just a respect. I think after that they should have had just gone face first and to having them cut promo works on each other and everything like that, and it would have been a lot better. It should have just been like a feud. Like, it should just, at first you had your respect feud, and then you have them working on what they hate about each other, and it becoming more than just the respect feud like these indie guys have. It could become something more deeper and more better. So I never quite understood the booking either. I didn't quite like it per se. I always thought that their promos were good, but they're just the booking for it just never quite clicked to me. So I'm guessing that's why fans just don't really like the feud. But in my opinion, I would probably rank the feud as probably one of my top 5, top 10 favorite diva feuds of all time. So I really don't have a problem with it, because me personally, I always think whoever AJ Lee is facing, it will make sense, because AJ Lee is just the best. I mean, she's just the best, and with every feud that she's in, she's gonna be superior, and she's gonna make that her opponent feel important no matter what. So whether people want to believe that or not, she does that when she's facing people. Another thing I didn't like about the feud, I didn't quite how it wasn't like quite worked on. Like I kind of feel like, okay, this is how their feud felt to me. At first, their feud felt like the main focus, and then the Bella Twin feud became the main focus, and AJ Lee and Paige were just the sideline. They weren't as important as the Bella Twins, and I didn't quite like that. You're making one feud feel more important than the other. Why not have both feuds feel important? Because that was at a time they had four divas feuding against each other, and that felt like a big deal, but it didn't quite feel like a big deal because you had two divas feuding, and this other two just felt like filler. So I didn't quite like that. As for their matches, I never really quite had a problem with their matches. Like other people like to say, oh, their matches suck. I honestly think their SummerSlam match was really actually really good. It made one of AJ Lee's top 10 best matches of her career. So I honestly think that match was pretty good. I didn't really have a problem with their battleground match either. And their Not a Champions match with Nikki Bella was pretty good in my opinion. I would say that's the best match of 2014. No, because I don't want to say that because actually, yeah, I'll say that's probably the best match in 2014, diva diva match wise. Other than that, in my opinion, on the Paige and AJ Lee feud, it was, and I can't believe I'm saying this. It was okay. It wasn't good. It wasn't the best. Paige and AJ Lee did what they could to deliver, and it just didn't quite work because it wasn't quite booked the right way. The writers didn't really seem that important. Didn't seem to be anticipated with it like they were with her and Caitlyn. But I would say this feud definitely makes one of my top favorite AJ Lee feuds of all time, and I didn't quite have a problem with it like the other people like to say. So that has been my opinion on their feud. I plan on doing more videos with AJ Lee coming up. I plan on making a video on Randy Orton, why he needs more respect, because I really think he's an underrated wrestler, and I love Randy Orton. I plan on doing a AJ Lee versus Sasha Banks comparison because I got bashed on Instagram for saying that AJ Lee is way better than Sasha Banks. So someone said, "Where's your facts to back that up?" So instead of typing for 2 hours and telling those little smarks how better AJ Lee is, I decided to do an entire video comparing them, comparing and well, proving why AJ Lee is way better than Sasha Banks. Basically, I'm going to be comparing personality, charisma, mic work, character work, development, everything. Who's had a better career overall in WWE? I plan on doing all of that with them. So look forward to that. And I plan on doing a video on male superstars that I always wanted AJ Lee to work with before she left. So yeah, has been Ashley Burchett, also known as AJ Lee fan. And thank you for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and I love you guys all so much for supporting my channel.